Finally, the secret is out. This is why Nicki Minaj literally betrayed Black Americans. This is literally the reasons behind every single move. You guys know there was a time last year I did a video of Nicki Minaj at turning points, Halloween, making Erica cake looking all glorious. Now it didn't just end there. She landed herself with the orange man. She landed herself with him, and a lot of people have been speculating what have really been the cause of this. In fact, before I start, I'll go ahead and play you all the speeches, all the reaction, including the reason why this lady have to literally betray Black Americans. Welcome back to the channel. My name is Sonia. Subscribe, like, comment, and share, and credit belongs to the original creators of every single clips and stitches we have in our today's episode. And guys, this is just for educational purpose, not to defame anyone or make anyone feel uncomfortable. I want to say very big thank you to every single one of you liking, supporting, sharing, joining my membership, dropping super thanks. I really appreciate you guys. I do not take you guys for granted. With that being said, let's just go ahead. Let me roll out all of this clip for you guys. And you guys, I have a lot to say at the end of this video. Let's go watch. I will be back.
I'm actually curious, what's in it for Nicki? Now, Nicki Minaj just spoke at Donald Trump's account summit, and here's what she had to say.
Well, I don't know what to say, but I will say that I am probably the president's #1 fan. And that's not going to change. And the hate or what people have to say, it does not affect me at all. It actually motivates me to support him more. And it's going to motivate all of us to support him more. We're not going to let them get away with bullying him and, you know, the smear campaigns. It's not going to work, okay? He has a lot of force behind him, and God is protecting him. Amen.
Now, after the summit, individuals had taken online because people are actually genuinely curious what's in it for Nicki. And the short answer is we don't actually quite know yet until the end of Donald Trump's presidency. Or maybe there's really nothing in it for her and she just supports the president. But whatever the case may be, it's going to be a very interesting 3 years seeing Nicki Minaj align her support with Donald Trump.
This picture of Nicki Minaj holding Trump's foundation encrusted hand. I genuinely don't even know what to say. I'm scared. And some of his hand foundation must have got stuck to her fingers. Because since when would Nicki be caught dead in public with her wig crusted up like this? And like, no shade, I've had my fair share of bad wig days in the past. But something about this is so sinister. Nicki is a sellout. We've completely lost her. And this is why. If you didn't know, Nicki Minaj came here illegally. She has spoken out against deportation and families being torn apart in the past. And now she's standing 10 toes behind Trump, who's doing exactly all that for this. She is throwing a majority of her fan base under the bus so she could fast track her own citizenship. Thanks to her newfound support for the president, he gave her a gold card, which helps you become a citizen faster. And I mean, the proof is right here. It's right there, babe. Like, look at her. Look at her. Just smiling in this room full of white Republicans. The same people who not too long ago, mind you, were calling her music ghetto trash. These same type of people used to call for her music to be removed. She's a horrible influence. And now somehow in the end, they're the ones that she's choosing to sit with and to support. And I wouldn't be surprised if she's also doing all this to protect her creepy husband. And as a trans woman who was a longtime supporter, I've already stopped listening to her music, but this just seals it. She has sealed her fate, babe. The downfall is insane.
Oh, Nicki, I knew there was a reason behind all of this because she just got granted her gold card by the president. Now, for those unaware of Nicki Minaj's immigration status, she is not a U.S. citizen despite residing in the United States since age 5 and paying taxes for years. Well, the Trump Gold Card was a recently launched U.S. immigration program that offers a fast track to lawful permanent residency, basically another green card, but it's for wealthy foreign individuals or corporations willing to make substantial financial contributions to the U.S. government by passing traditional visa requirements. An individual pays $1 million or a company pays $2 million for an employee along with processing fees to get expedited visa processing, honey. This comes after her controversial attendance at the Trump summit, making major headlines after saying she's the president's #1 fan. All while being introduced by the President of the United States as the greatest and most successful female rapper of all time. Nicki is playing chess, not checkers.
And see, this is how we should all know that something is wrong, because ain't no way Nicki Minaj will come outside with no dried up edge control like this. And that's why I keep saying the Barbs don't really care about her. Because if they cared about her, they would address that something is going on. And we're going to get into the speech, but the end of the speech was frying me.
Okay.
Thank you. Should you have gone is the better question. But asking if you need to go now, that was so awkward and uncomfortable, and I hate that for her. I really do. But I will say, I'm not no hater. Nicki Minaj was looking beautiful as always. I think she's just beautiful in general. But this situation, not so much. So here's some of what she had to say in her speech.
Hello. Well, I don't know what to say, but I will say that I am probably the president's #1 fan. And that's not going to change. And the hate or what people have to say, it does not affect me at all. It actually motivates me to support him more.
Somebody call me when the news drops that she got her citizenship or that her husband is no longer on that list. You know what I'm saying? Because clearly there's something here. There's something here and it's worth her soul. I don't know, but y'all just let me know when it happens, because what?
I do want y'all to remember Nicki Minaj came to black people first and told y'all what's going on. She came to us first and was like, here, this is what's happening to me. This somebody in the industry is trying to out to get me. This is happening. My home is getting swatted. She came to black people first. And all y'all did was call her all types of drug addicts, schizophrenic. Y'all didn't listen. Y'all literally pushed her to the side. Y'all literally pushed her to the side and said, we don't care. You're through. You're not the queen of rap anymore anyway. And here she is out with Trump and y'all are still mad. But y'all are not talking about the fact that she came to us first. She been telling us what's been going on for all of 2025 and before. And y'all did not say anything. Y'all didn't do anything. But now she's sitting up there with Trump and y'all are mad about it. Something about that just doesn't make sense to me. And I don't think it should make sense to you either.
You know, I'm going to be ever so brief about this because there are new owners here and I already lost my DM messaging feature until next week. So I will say this, you can tell who is still and who is no longer in her services just by the glam that she's gotten for this event. I don't know if that's leftover lace. I don't know if that's very dried up glue. I don't know if that's a pimple, but it's something. Y'all think her convicted husband is able to watch all this at their house that they just paid off before it went onto the market? Before I even saw the actual photos, I saw my mutual Tiff post this. And I swear my immediate response is, when did Melania get these nails? When we eventually look back at this era in pop culture, there's gonna be so many discussions had, especially those who chose the way of just siding with people who probably are going to remember it in a different way. Can't wait to see how whoever's left in that fandom tries to spin this.
I'm watching the Nicki Minaj. I guess she's on tour with Donald Trump. I don't know. I guess it's a Nicki Minaj tour.
I am probably the president's #1 fan. And that's not going to change.
What is the name of her fans? Barbs? What do you guys call it? Barbs? Well, Barbs, check it out. I don't know what your leader is doing right now, but it just doesn't seem right. It seems a little off. I don't know if she's bipolar or is it a bit of autism? Because what is she? I don't know what she's doing. Is she getting favors done for her? It has to be that. It has this level of backstabbing of black folks. It has to be a favor. I'm telling you, it has to be. Somebody's getting off some charges or some, because isn't she dealing with a pedophile? Isn't she dealing with some really like funky ass relatives? I don't know. You all can tell me, but something ain't right. Her going, I am a fan of Donald Trump. I am a fan, and something is up. She's like one of those angry chicks that get mad at black dudes and then start dating white dudes. You know those ones? And there's the black dudes that get mad at black women and want to date white women. You know what I'm talking about. So for those of you in interracial relationships, don't get sensitive. Just listen to the analogy. I'm talking about agenda mentality. That's what it feels like. She's running to her white boyfriend because the black people made me mad. But something is up, and I'm really disappointed. It's looking real at this level of, man, I don't even know. Wow, I thought it couldn't be reached, man. Even Stephen Fetchit is like, yeah, man, she worse than me. Lord have mercy. You understand? Stephen Fetchit is rolling in his grave. This is so weird, man. You all let me know. Nicki Minaj is like, I want to call her Nicki Mirage because I feel like I'm hallucinating. I'm like, is she really over there in front of Trump talking this shit about people? I mean, a lot of this happening to people's families like that. People are getting shot and killed all under this administration, and you're there pushing this agenda. I think you barbs need to think about who your leader should be.
Now, I told y'all to call me when she let us know what this was all really about. And I ain't hear my phone ring, not once. And clearly, we know what this is really all about. Not Nicki Minaj receiving the gold card that grants her U.S. residency? You can't make this up. And the thing is, I could not imagine being someone of her caliber and having to kiss the ring for anybody to give me anything. I couldn't imagine it even if I wanted to. If I'm being honest, I couldn't even just be me, regular old me, and kiss somebody's ring like this. Are you serious? Now I want to know, somebody need to be watching that offenders list. Okay, because if her husband coincidentally disappears from that list that says he can't be within a certain amount of feet of a school, wow. I hope it was worth it. Especially because you claim yourself to be God-fearing. God is watching right now and hell is hot.
So you mean to tell me Nicki Minaj doubles down and says that she's Trump's #1 fan and that the world is bullying him right now, but God is on his side. God is behind him. This is the same Nicki Minaj that said, y'all better pray that y'all don't get stuck with a Melania. Same Nicki Minaj that said that at her concert. And listen, I don't have a problem with people because of their political views. I really don't. I think a lot of people who stand behind Donald Trump, they stand behind him because he claims to be a Christian, okay? And as a believer, as somebody who grew up in church, been in church her whole life, everything like that, I was having a conversation with a family member over Christmas. And what we had decided or discovered is that a lot of people who are believers, they have this ideology in their head that you really do have to like suffer and be oppressed to be closer to God. And when it comes to this whole presidency and things like that, I'm seeing that more and more and more. It's people that think that you have to suffer to be closer to God. It's a lot of people who voted for him because they feel like one sin is greater than the other. Okay, let's start there. And y'all know what I'm talking about when it comes to his political views. I'll have to say this. All I have to say is this. The Bible says that all sin is even at the foot of the cross. No sin is greater than the other. And y'all are following this man because he doesn't believe in abortions. He doesn't believe in, LGBTQ stuff. He don't believe in all that stuff. But what about what he's doing in Minnesota with ICE? Around the world with ICE? What about separating families at the border? What about the Muslim travel ban? What about all of these different things that, again, are evil. Evil. But yet people say they don't see it and they won't speak on it. Because there was a lot of churches who were like, oh, everybody vote for Trump, vote for Trump, vote for Trump, vote for Trump, y'all, because he's a Christian, he's a believer, X, Y, and Z, da-da-da-da. But they won't ever speak on what's going on, like what he's putting out there. So I don't know. All I know is whatever Nicki Minaj is behind him for, get what you're getting out of him, girl.
What you see going on with Nicki Minaj and Donald Trump is not funny in any way, and I just want to remind you, I will vote for Donald Trump. They're obviously using her for an agenda, just like the last time she came up and spoke about Nigeria and Christianity, and then they turned around and bombed it. I want y'all to know that whatever they're using her face for, it's not gonna be good.
That I am probably the president's #1 fan. And that's not going to change. And the hate or what people have to say, it does not affect me at all. It actually...
Because, like, the thing about this administration is that they purposefully put the people that they feel are supporting him the least up in front and center, and then turn around and do something to them. Right? Of course, we as black women are not aligning with Donald Trump due to the mass firing of black women specifically, and how we have been astronomically displaced for employment compared to any other race. And I don't think Nicki Minaj realizes they're not calling her Trinidadian or thinking of her as anything other than a black woman, which is what American is. You look like black, so you're black. It's like they used Hispanics and garnered all that attention by, you know, I will vote for Donald Trump, the Hispanics love me, and now they're literally slave catching them in the streets. Whatever they're going to use her face to do next is going to impact black women. Period, point blank. I don't know what it is besides what they did in Nigeria, but I'm telling you, it's not fucking good and it's not funny.
Watching this one throw away her entire career in real time is what publicist nightmares are made of. Our lives are spent working around the clock to ensure that things like this never happen. In our scope of service, we call this reputation management. If a client comes to me and wants to do or say something that is in some way provocative, it is my job to tell them exactly how the public is going to respond. That's what we do. We know how to take the temperature of culture, and as the de facto guardians of our clients' reputations, we have a responsibility to make sure that they know that every single move that they make will have consequences. Sometimes they're good consequences, and sometimes they're dumpster fires. Whatever her motivation is for attaching herself to a power structure that is defined by exclusion rather than progress, she has already created irreparable damage to her public persona, and all of the spinning and crisis communication that we would normally do as publicists, it's not going to help because there is nothing to spin. She's gone on national television and told us exactly who she is and what she supports. You cannot reel that back in. Endorsements aren't always contractual, and they aren't always about products. Sometimes they're about people, and sometimes they're about administrations. And by aligning herself in this way, she is not only endorsing their beliefs and ideals, but she is co-signing the policies that they enact, of which many are a bitter slap in the face to the exact communities that put her on the map to begin with. I promise you, for this one, Ariana is not in the chat.
Nicki Minaj has just gotten a gold card from Donald Trump. Do y'all know what this means? All them deportation petitions, kiss ass. For the people in the back, the Trump Gold Card is a recently launched late 2025 U.S. immigration program that offers a fast track to lawful permanent residency, a green card, for wealthy foreign individuals or corporations willing to make substantial financial contributions to the United States government, bypassing traditional visa requirements. An individual pays $1 million or a company pays $2 million for an employee, along with processing fees to get expedited visa processing, effectively creating a wealth-based pathway to the United States residency. Where the haters at? Call a gold card Barbie.
I said it. This is actually not going to be ordinary. Because where did we start from? A woman that was literally advocating for deportation, blah, 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 immigrants, east, west, north, and south, standing strong with black folks, all of a sudden now become another thing we are seeing. From the moment I saw that lady in turning point, saying every single thing she needs to say, and how she just laughed, just everything, I knew that something is wrong. And you know, the honest truth is, one thing with the orange man is, the orange man can literally promise you or do anything for you just because he wants you to stand by him. It's quite a shame that a black woman is literally falling our hands to this level. And this is why black Americans do not trust other immigrants as well. For those of you that don't know, Nicki Minaj is not a US citizen. Nicki Minaj came into US whichever way, I don't know. But for one reason or the other, after her marriage, blah, 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 with her fiancé or whatever that happened, I think the change that came with this lady is on a different level. Right now, this lady have the right, the audacity, the effrontery to open her mouth to tell us that God is actually protecting the orange man, that she is his number one fan, the person you never found before, the person you never liked before, the person you never advocated for before, the person that was literally doing something wrong that you literally do not like is now you being his number one fan. We know that there is more to this, but anyways, fingers crossed, we are going to see how every single thing we play out at the end of this orange man's tenure, or probably before the tenure. And I can still tell you for a fun fact that the strong reason why this lady have to betray us as black people is because she needed that gold card, and the gold card has literally been given to her. You can see the orange man holding her hand by hand, hugging, giving her some side cheeks, kisses by the cheeks, and so on and so forth. Then she coming to present a whole lot of speech as if this man has literally been the best, or this man has literally been her number one fan from day zero. And this is why I keep telling black Americans, right, that do not waste your damn money on anybody's concerts that is not important to you. Because look at what most of these immigrants have literally been doing, especially these immigrant influencers. We saw the life of Burna Boy, where he literally kicked out a black American lady that was sitting in his concert, that was sleeping in his concert, the lady that literally paid money for her to see whatever that is happening. He kicked her out, saying that he will not continue until she have to leave, because he have to stay all through the night for him to be able to set up the show. Right? It didn't only end here. Let's look at what other artists, influencers have literally been doing, especially these black immigrant influencers. And that is why if black Americans are now saying that they're no longer going to support, in fact, they're going to boycott Nicki Minaj, boycott a lot, honestly, I don't see anything wrong with it. Although I know that I'll be roughing on some people's shoulder, because no matter what you do on this earth, you still go ahead to see a lot of people supporting, and of which I'm not saying that you should not support. Everybody have their own opinion, everybody have the way they express themselves, and so on and so forth. But for someone like me, for the sake of my dignity, for the sake of my pride, for the sake of that thing that made me a woman, not only a woman, a black, beautiful, melanin popping woman, I repeat, I cannot lower or subject my standard, no matter what I'm going through, just because of a good card. I don't know how other people feel it, and I don't know how you're going to be seeing it. Maybe a lot of people will be like, oh, you will not understand because you're not in the US, blah, blah, blah. I don't know. Probably I will not really understand because I'm not in the US, but that is my take for now and forever, that I cannot belittle my standard because I just want to move to a sub party that I've never liked, I've never supported, I've never wanted, right? I can tell you for a whole fact that my own pastor is a strong supporter of Trump. He's a very, very strong supporter of him, but even when me and him talks, I tell him pop and plain, I do not like this man. It's as simple as ABCD. I don't hate him, but I don't like what he's doing. I don't like his administration because he has never had any feeling for black Americans as far as I'm concerned. But anyways, I leave you to let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Credit belongs to the original creator of every single clips and stitches we use in our today's episode. And this is just for educational purposes. So feel free to leave me your opinion in the comment section, okay? I want to say a very big thank you to every single one of you liking, commenting, sharing, subscribing. joining my membership, and also dropping super thanks. I do not take you guys for granted. You guys are absolutely the best. And yes, with that being said, with no further ado, I do like I always say in my videos, I'm going to be saying bye, and I'll see you guys in my next one. For now, bye guys. I love you guys. Mwah.